What's up, everybody? This is episode 5. Story time with the Thug. Who's the Thug? I'm a Thug. We got Thug in training next to me. He an assistant pimp to a pimp. I've been a pimp. You was born first, right? He was born first, anyway. So on this episode, we're going to talk about experience that we both shared together when we used to live together. What year was that? 15? 2016?
When we lived together?
Yeah, was it 2016? Yeah.
Well, no. This is 2018. That was 2014.
14?
13, 14.
14. Yeah, it had to be 14. Okay, 2014, we lived in this house in Parma, Ohio. And the first story we're going to share before we get to the main story where he's a liar is, so it was New Year's Eve, I believe. New Year's Eve. And we had planned to go out. But we knew it was coming, but a big snowstorm came through Ohio, northeast Ohio. And it was, we would say it was bad. It was one of those worst ones we get here. And we decided, like, look, we're not dealing with the traffic and the snow. We're not going to go out. But before we decided that, we got thirsty. And we wasn't really on the water kick back then.
No, we were actually headed out.
We were headed out?
Yeah, and I think we were stopping at the store, and by the time we got we were getting drinks, or I was getting drinks. I don't know about you.
Wait, I'm pretty sure I was drinking too.
But you're a goose person. They don't sell goose at the
That's
little
true,
store.
that's true.
So,
ain't no great goose, I ain't getting low.
And I was buying some cheap shit, like.
Oh, we did drinks like that iced tea that looked like, what the Mad Dog, but it was like that Long
Lights.
Island in the glass bottle.
Oh,
so
yeah,
like,
it was.
With the little we didn't have no brown bag either. We were just straight iced tea. I remember that now. We went to Family Dollar because it was a store next to Family Dollar. I don't remember what it's called. The little Habib store, yeah. And the dude was like, "Thank you very much."
When we came out of the store, like literally the car, everything was just covered, completely covered. And we were in there for like maybe 15 minutes.
Five?
Yeah, probably 15. Cause I was trying to find something.
Right, we was walking around and talking. So you was in a good 15 minutes. It was a whiteout, like you couldn't see nothing. Like just imagine wherever you at, you can see when you go in and you can't see when you come out. Like that's an unimaginable situation and no one wants to be in. So anyway, you was driving.
I was not.
Oh.
We were in your car.
Oh, okay. So we was in the Mazda. Shout out to the Mazda, RIP. So I don't remember this the way he remembers it. I remember getting in the car, backing up, and going home. But that's not what he remembered. What do you remember happened?
Obviously, this guy was drinking before we left the store.
I don't remember that.
But look, he already.
There's water.
This sippy cup.
This 2HO.
But we came out of the store. Everything was covered, like complete whiteout. Get in the car after brushing it off, and I don't even think you brushed the back window off, and this might be why.
No, wait a minute. Don't blame me like that. I'm pretty sure I brushed the back window off.
We were back, because we were literally going 2 blocks back to the house.
It was literally 2 streets over for real.
We start backing up, and I feel a bump. He said he doesn't remember, but we bumped something, and so we pull up.
Allegedly bumped something.
Allegedly. But I remember either rolling the window down I think we rolled the window down and looked. But
I think I might have gotten out.
I think he got out the car and noticed there was a minivan.
It was a minivan?
It was a minivan.
That's a memory great.
It's because I was so used to seeing it because I lived over there for so long. It was actually one of the people that ran
the one that never moves. It just sits there all day. Okay.
I think it was one of the people that was in the little Quickie Mart store. I think it's one of their vans.
Allegedly.
And so we get out and we see the license plate hanging like crookedly off of the front of the bumper on the van. So we're like,
So this is what I remember. I remember allegedly hearing a little bump. You know, it could have been the music. The music could have been bumping. But I got out and it was a license plate hanging. No damage to the Mazda. And so, you know, allegedly, you know, I just pulled off nice and gently and went back to the crib. Now, according to him, I may have or may have not bumped into a car and a license plate got a little crooked. Now, it could have been cold and it could have been an icicle and it could have been hanging on by a thread and I could have knocked it loose. But we don't have any proof. It was such a long time ago. But after that, we went to the house and we were drinking. And I remember us was like, we were just, it was too much overthinking. We should have just went out. You know, we're smart enough to pregame. We ain't smart enough to go out. And so I think we decided, like, because of the weather, we weren't going to go because we couldn't see coming back from the house to the store, from the store to the house. And we decided to watch the worst movie you can ever watch when you want to go out on New Year's Eve. What was it called?
Fruitvale Station?
Fruitvale Station. I don't know why I was going to say Friday Night Lights. I'm glad I didn't say that first.
Oh, because Michael B. Jordan.
Right. Oh, right. So we didn't go out. We watched that. And that movie was, what's the best way to describe how we felt watching that movie? Do you want to say it was eye-opening, was dramatic, was traumatic? Like,
it wasn't traumatic.
But it was, to me, it was like, dag, I'm glad I didn't go out type of moment. I don't know the right word for that.
Yeah, it was more like eye-opening to where it's one of those movies you watch when you know you're not about to leave the house, because if you watch it, you're not going to want to leave the house. Being if you're African American or if you, minority, especially in this day and age, you know.
So give them a quick synopsis of what the movie was about, if they haven't seen it, for somebody who may not have seen it.
Fruitvale Station stars Michael B. Jordan. Is based off of a true story. It happens. Where is it at?
It was in L.A. It was in L.A.
It's L.A.
It was in the in Watts, maybe. Watts. Let me look it up.
And they were. Now you put me on the spot.
Well, I didn't know it, so I put you on the spot.
Human IMDb here. I just know it was a bunch of black kids. His
girlfriend was Spanish.
Well, yeah, but she wasn't there when it happened.
She wasn't? I thought she was.
No, what? I forget where he was headed. He was in.
They were going to a party to get on the train.
Was she there? Not. You might just have the IMDb.
I'm looking at. Okay, so it was in San Francisco to watch fireworks on New Year's Eve, and on the way back home, they got in an altercation on the train station. The police officer had him in handcuffs, face down. He was squirming, and the guy shot him in the back. And everybody was so shocked that he shot the black guy in the back while he was handcuffed on the ground, and it caused a big thing, and he passed away, and you know, it was a big thing. But for us, it was more along of like, damn, what would have happened if we'd have went out in the whiteout? Because we weren't thinking like we was going to get shot, but we was like, damn, like, he was just coming back home. What happened if we were going or coming home in the snow? Like, we had those thoughts, or could something bad happen to us? So we felt like that was one of those come to Jesus moments, like, you better be glad you stayed in and drank that nasty Long Island iced tea, because something could have happened to you. We're not saying we would have had a similar situation, but it was just one of those taunting things, like, oh, snap. So
it was that Long Island was nasty too.
It was. We didn't even mix it, did we? I think we were drinking it straight. We might have bought some juice. We probably drinking straight.
No, you don't mix Long Island with juice.
Right, no, right. What I'm saying, we didn't buy no tea or nothing to tea it with. So yeah.
I do remember it probably being nasty.
Hey, I had some of that not too long ago.
That same one?
Yeah, I had somebody have some, and I think I had a swig. Somebody had it in the bag.
Man,
and it still was strong. I think Lena might have had some in the bag, and that's some shit Lena would just be having. Yeah. So, yeah, I think Lena had some in the bag. So, yeah, it's still nasty, but.
See, I like when I go for something cheap and dark now, I just go for Paul Masson.
Whoa. So you like Paul, who's cheap and dark?
Hey.
So that's our first story of, something. Also, I'm going to tell a story and then you tell it. the second one. I'll tell what I believe happened, and you tell what you believe happened. How about that? So what year did we move to the new church?
Oh man, that was
No, was it 2000?
2001.
It had to be either 99 or 2000.
About 99. I'm thinking 99. I was in the 9th grade.
Right. So it had to be 99. So we'll just say 1999.
98, I'd say maybe.
1998, we moved into our new church on Harvard Avenue. And part of our new church was a school. But in this school, it had I don't want to say cafeteria, it had a kitchen and a basketball court and a stage. So
that's not the school.
That's why I said the school had a kitchen. No. Wasn't that a school? It was a school there.
There was a big school. They tore it down.
But wasn't that where they got the food from? Was that kitchen?
For the school?
Yeah.
I don't know. The school was already like.
No, the school was still. All right, we couldn't get in there, so I assumed. But okay, I'm getting carried away. So there was a kitchen on the bottom floor, and on the top floor was a stage, or I guess where they did performances, and a basketball court. And I remember when we first got it, that floor was so slippery. It still is. And, all of us being ninth graders, being young kids, young black kids, playing indoor at a basketball court that was strictly for the people of our church. Like, we were overwhelmed. Like, we were too excited. Like, all we wanted to do was play basketball. I remember when we first saw it, none of us had a ball, but we were just on the court. I was breaking people's ankles. We were in church shoes with the penny loafers with no pennies in them, So, finally, I don't know how long it took, but we got the basketball court operational. The basketball court was cleaned off, things, and it was able for us to play, and was functional. And we had a tournament, and him and I were on the opposite sides of the bracket, of course, because I'm the best player, and he was, I guess you could say, the second best player. So they had to put him away from me, so I didn't beat him in the first round. So I'm sweeping through the competition. I'm like Michael Phelps in the Olympics. I'm just cleaning up. I can go first, second, third, fourth. I'm doing my thug thizzle. So I get to the final round. Here he is. He looked winded, like he was struggling. He had sweat on his shirt. I was fresh. Like I just got out of a casket. Like I was open casket, fresh and sharp. Okay, so we get to the finals. It's him and I in the finals. And did we play the 10? Was it 10? More than likely we played the 10. I think he was up like 8-0 because I had sprained my ankle. And so I had came back and it was like 9-8. And so, I had took a jump shot. I had, sometimes your jump shot don't work. I had one of these. My jumper wasn't pretty, like my elbow wasn't set. I didn't spread my finger. You seen the butter rim. I didn't spread my. So, I missed it. He gets the rebound, and I think he missed. And I went to grab the rebound, and I'm bigger than him, so I know 2 hands on the ball, 2 hands on the ball, 2 hands on the ball. You bring it in. So I grab 2 hands. I step on his foot, so naturally I go, ow, my foot, my ankle hurts, taboo, timeout, Tabitha, terminology, like my ankle was just, fiddlesticks, my ankle, and of course he gets the rebound, he hit a 2-point jumper and win 10-9, but see, the reason why I'm so emotional about the steal, because my favorite basketball player of all time is Penny Hardaway, and the Grand Prize was a Anthony Hardaway pennant, and he won it. And I'm not getting emotional, but I'm saying he cheated. And when you wedge your foot under a rebounder's feet, you're going to step on it. And everybody knows if you step on someone's foot when you're coming down, you're gonna sprain your ankle. My ankle was sprung. It was sprung, and he won. He don't even know what a pennant is because he didn't love it. He didn't care. Where's the pennant at? He doesn't know. So now, neither one of us has the pennant. He's going to hold this over. He's been holding this over me my whole life, that he beat me in one basketball game in his whole life. And now, I still feel some type of way that he cheated and he won't admit to it. I mean, you can tell your story, but it's going to be full of lies. You can tell your story.
Well, okay. So, this is how I remember it. And this was, did we play in 98? Was that 98 when we played?
No, 99? I think we might have played in 99.
So, 17 years ago?
Has it been that long?
And believe me when I say,
no, that's 19 years. If we played in 99, that's 19.
Good grade.
Yeah, we owe the shirt.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Don't mind.
I just thought about that
we
too.
We just aged ourselves right here on YouTube.
19 years ago.
But yeah. So 19 years. This man right here has been. He says I've been holding it over his head. He's the one that brings it up at every get together we're at. Anything, hanging out with people. He finds a way to bring it up.
Maybe you admit that you cheated.
But how do you say I hang it over your head?
Because you don't know what a penny is.
That was 19 years ago.
I still got stuff from 19 years ago.
I know them shoes you got on.
Oh, snap.
But no. So how I remember it, I don't even remember how many people were in this tournament. But
I do.
How many people?
It's me, you, Kevin, William, aka Scooter, and I think Tremaine and Andre. I don't think Gerald was around. I think he was gone by then.
Gerald was not. He was gone. I think he was.
So it might have been a 6-people tournament. So what? 3 rounds? No, 2 rounds. No, 3. If it's 6, then it would need to be 8 for it to be 2 rounds, 3 rounds. So it had to be 2 more people.
Yeah, I don't remember who else was in it though because I just know
I just remember those 4. It was me, you, Scooter, and Kevin. So maybe Tremaine and Andre was in there. I don't know. We have to ask Dre. Dre got a good memory. We have to ask him.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that I skated through this tournament with ease. With ease. And mind you, if it's all of who we were thinking of, I was the second shortest.
Who was shorter than you at that time?
Kevin. He's always been shorter than me.
Scooter wasn't shorter than you back then?
No, Scooter wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was the second shortest out of everyone, and like right, and I didn't get much taller after that, you know. So, what are you 6'2"?
I'm 6'3".
6'3". I'm 5'7". But and everybody else is taller than me. Has always been taller than me. I mean, I wasn't a pipsqueak, but you know, I just not the average height.
It seems like you're trying to come up with excuses.
I play like I'm 6'2", 6'3". Still do. But so comes down to the championship round. He somehow won and made it there somehow. I, of course, like I said, skated, slide, and so it's Rob fell, J.Dice in the championship, and I, like he said, it got down to maybe
last point or two.
Last point or two, yeah, game point probably for both of us.
So you're admitting that you wedged your foot under my foot over the rebound.
That didn't even.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to let you tell this out.
How do I wedge my foot under your foot? I don't remember you stepped because that would have meant you stepped on my foot.
You don't remember that they call an ambulance when I had got 2 hands on the ball. Maybe I got 2 hands. I came down. I was gonna do one of these. I was gonna Barkley you.
See, this is not NBA Jam. Doing just throw the elbows.
Well, you was small, so I had to get you out the pocket. So
this is how I remember it.
Okay, go ahead.
Down to the last shot. I don't remember a rebound coming into play. Because, like I said, I've been the shorter one. I've been the shorter one. So, me wedging my foot under his foot on a rebound, that doesn't even make sense because he's taller than me. I wouldn't have been able to jump. He would have just been able to reach up and grab the ball.
So you're saying you knowingly I was going to get the rebound, so you positioned yourself to make sure I hurt myself?
I'm trying to get them to just logically listen and think of, because me wedging my foot under your foot means you're standing on my foot. So I can't jump. I can't run if it's a long rebound. I'm stuck. I'm under your foot, right? This is how I remember it. And it was almost like, just I could hear the
So you had your own theme music now?
Do you remember the Michael Jordan crossover? The push?
On Byron Russell? You Byron Russell?
It was something like that.
Michael against Russell, 12 seconds. 11, 10, Jordan a drive, hangs, fires, yes!
He say, I wedged my foot under because he twisted his ankle so bad off of the crossover. They said, I didn't shoot the shot. I made a layup. I got past him.
So you pushed me off, and then after you pushed me, you stepped back, and then you came forward and laid it up?
It wasn't a push. It was more
you
like
just said
helping you along as you're falling. I was actually trying to grab, but it looked like I pushed him. It looked like, but I was trying to help him up. But at the same time, I was crossing with the right and going around to the hole, and I laid it in for the win. So we had a. I wonder if Brother Marlon remembers.
Brother Marlon was there. Elder was still alive when we did this. Elder was there for this.
Marlon is the one that gave the pennant. He held this tournament.
Man, I called Marlon right. I told my mother to call Marlon tonight.
Right now. He may remember. Yes, Elder was still. This is when we first got to the church.
Right.
Marlon held this tournament. Yeah. I don't know why. I don't remember why.
I don't remember that. Don't feel like something he would
Marlon was the one who had the pennant.
Well, that makes sense because he's been over the youth for quite a long time, so I can see that. Okay, we can agree on that.
Can we agree that
you didn't cross me over? I don't know where that came from. You didn't cross me over.
This wedgie of the
You
foot,
didn't cross me over. You couldn't cross me over if you was the other side of the street. You know what I'm saying? So all I know is we both can agree he cheated to win the game. Whether he wedged his foot under me or pushed me in a crossover, he cheated. That's a cheat. That's a foul. That's an offensive foul. So I should have got possession of the ball. I should have won the game, and me and Anthony Hardaway could be sleeping in the same bed every night. No pause. No shame. I love that pennant. Not the man. I love that pennant. I wanted that pennant. And by the way, they sell it on eBay. I think you should buy it and present it to me.
So I say this in the comments. What do you guys think about a rematch?
First of all,
a YouTube rematch.
First of all, there's no need for you to get embarrassed in front of everybody.
I'm the one that's bringing it up.
You don't even got the stamina to play a game to 10. Do you got the stamina to play the game of 10?
Yes.
Since when? You been working on your cardio since the last time we played?
Last time we played, I was sick, and I was still rolling
you
with y'all.
You smoke a whole pack of Newports a day.
I don't smoke Newports.
What you smoke, Mildred's? Mildred's, right? He smoke a pack of Mildred a day. He don't even take out the cancer stick. He's not ready for that. You and Mildred know each other very heavily. Well, we got to find a place to do it because it's cold now, so we got to find a place we could do it. And there ain't going to be nobody to jump in the game like, hey, can I get in there? You know how people be. So we got to find a place, but I'm all for it. By next summer, we will play this over. I will put my knee pads on because I have bad knees now, and I'm going to beat him probably 10-0. Because once I get the rebound, he's never going to get the ball back. I'm just going to back you down. Barbecue chicken.
You think you're stronger than me?
Yes, I am stronger than you. Barbecue chicken. Barbecue chicken all day. Barbecue chicken.
You think you're stronger than me?
I'm just going to back you down. I'm going to back you down. So when I win, he's going to come back on here and admit that I'm the better athlete. I'm prettier. My hairline is real.
What hairline?
Haven't got a ghetto. So all I'm saying is, we can have a rematch. I'm gonna give you time to get your cardio together because you know my cardio is great. Great.
Now we go out and run the mile right now, and I will beat you in the mile.
Why would we run a mile in the cold weather? Like, that was just so unnecessary. I know they say it's better to run in the cold. I don't believe that. I understand for your lungs, you know, I get it. But hey, so this is what's gonna happen. Y'all decide whose story y'all believe more. Even though he admitted to cheating in his story, and my story is based off him cheating. You said you pushed off. Byron Russell, you pushed off.
I said I was trying to grab you.
Why would you need to grab me if you go into the basket? Who
Because
grabbed somebody?
The way that
So you
crucial ankle twist was, and out in my head, I'm like,
So you
just
had
got hurt, but I
empathy?
got to score. But I don't want him to break his ACL, MCL, and PCL. So
That is in my knee and not in my ankle. Thank you very much. So you
Yeah,
admit
the way
that
your
you had
leg
empathy
twisted
that I
from
should have
your
won.
ankle.
That I should have won is what you're saying.
Empathy? No. And I have no sympathy either. So I earned that pennant like Nate Robinson in the dunk contest.
The year he dunked over Dwight Howard?
Oh no, it was Dwight.
It was Dwight Howard.
Yeah. I earned it.
Look, so we can finish this because me and him and I will be talking on this camera all day. We're gonna play again, but leave a comment. Let me know whose story you believe, and you can just say he cheated me. Look at he drinking a Coke and he talking about he gonna beat me on the basketball court.
What's the Coke have to
What?
do with
That's not good for your cardio.
Coke on YouTube.
Okay.
I don't know.
I
You're the
just-
YouTuber. Oh, cola.
I didn't say that.
And it's diet cola.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, I don't drink no pop. It don't get in my body. You know, so man, my body's a temple. You know what I'm saying? I am in a great physical specimen.
Didn't you just say you were like, what were you eating the other day?
What? What are you talking about? Where's your proof? More cheese, more lies. You just make stuff up as you go. I don't understand why we're doing this. Like I don't get it. But anyway, that's my story. That's his story. So there will be, like I said, we'll do 10 parts. This is number 5. I'm gonna try the next 3 to 4 to be with people I know. I know my next one is gonna be about my group of friends that I met at my last job, and then we'll go from there. Maybe he'll get a YouTube channel or something. Maybe somebody want to see his face and hear what he got to say. All he do is play video games. He need a Twitch.
I don't.
You do need a Twitch.
No, I don't play like a. Well, I'm gonna start playing because I do need a Twitch.
Right. And I need
so-
5% since it was my idea. 5%. This ain't Shark Tank.
I'll get you 5 cents.
But I appreciate you. Like always, leave a comment, leave a like, and any parting words for the public.
Eat more chicken.
Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. That's what I say. You don't eat chicken like that. You need to say eat cauliflower rice or eat power balls or whatever you eat. You don't even eat chicken like I eat chicken. I ate chicken on the way over here. I got some chicken in the car. I'm eat on the way out.
Did you go to Parma Pizza?
No, I need to. I told you I
We should
will.
hit it up tonight.
I would. We could. It's $4.99 night too. Damn. Hey, if you ever in Parma, Ohio, go to Parma Pit Stop. $4.99. Get you a dozen wings. Get the hot or the buffalo ranch. Bang out. Get them extra crispy. You got to get 2 drinks, but you're gonna be thirsty anyway. You're gonna be thirsty, so I'm gonna say it properly. Eat more chicken. Eat more chicken. You don't eat chicken all like that.
I do eat chicken.